The pandemic is still here, and with each passing day, it is showing a different wave of destruction. What started with a single COVID virus has now become a series of multiple variants operating in various forms and at different levels, but for the same cause, the destruction of life. So why is it happening? Why are there so many variants of this deadly virus showing up? What is the source of this, and where and how does it all stop? If questions like these have kept your mind in concern, then this video is going to be the perfect place for you. So sit back and stay with us till the end to know the significant causes of the generation of multiple variants of COVID. Let's get started. Number 1. The genetic diversity of the virus has multiplied over time. First, it would be helpful to give a refresher on how evolution works. Evolution essentially needs two things: individual differences and natural selection. Evolution is a continuous process. Organisms, as a group, accumulate change over time through mutations, and the environment helps determine which changes in a population are permanent and which are becoming less common. Viruses mutate because they are constantly making vast numbers of copies of themselves. If you were drafting something very quickly on the computer millions of times, you would probably make some typos. This has happened millions and billions of times around the world. The longer the pandemic lasts, the greater the chance of the virus developing. At the start of the pandemic, the viruses that infect humans were similar because they weren't that far from the original virus that started the epidemic. But now, the virus has been genetically changing over the past year, branching out like a family tree. Many genetic changes have accumulated in different places. We have no evidence that the underlying mutation rate has changed, says Sarah Kobe, an epidemiologist at the University of Chicago who studies viral evolution. It makes the natural selection. Number 2. There is a possibility that the virus has evolved in response to increased human immunity. The increasing genetic diversity of the virus explains only part of the story. The other part of the story? Natural selection. Some genetic changes of the virus provide an advantage, which leads these variants to outperform older strains of the virus. Some of these substitutions actually help the virus replicate better, Kobe says, which could lead to variants infecting more and more people than other variants. Both the P1 variant found in Brazil and the 501Y V2 variant found in South Africa have a mutation called E484K that changes the part of the virus that binds to human cells. This mutation could allow reinfection, Hodcroft says. In other words, people already infected with SARS-CoV-2 may potentially be slightly more susceptible to these variants. Hodcroft suspects that both the P1 and the 50Y V2 variants may have evolved in response to human immunity, and he emphasizes the following is primarily speculative at this point. At the start of the pandemic, no human had been exposed to SARS-CoV-2 before. This means that everyone's immune system is equally bad at recognizing the virus. If it were an excellent variant at ridding the human immune system, it would not stand out as it would not outperform its viral peers. Number 3. There is a chance that the virus has seeded its roots deep enough that even extreme cases have started happening. It seems to have acquired significant genetic changes in a short period, so many scientists suspect that the variant may have arisen in an immunocompromised person. Hodcroft explains that the immune system launches a full attack of the virus in most people, eliminating it within a few weeks. There is a very different dynamic in people with weak immune systems, he says. So for one thing, the virus can stay inside them for months instead of weeks. This gives the virus more time to evolve, accumulating mutations that can make it easier to overwhelm the immune system. Many things have to happen for this to happen. Not only does an immunocompromised person get the virus, but the virus must also acquire mutations, and then the immunocompromised person must infect another person. These are all like super extreme cases, says Hodcroft. But by keeping the cases this high, you increase your chances of hitting that jackpot sooner or later. When we get the cases that high, we keep rolling the dice. Number 4. Some COVID treatments may have triggered an evolution in the virus. The rise of these variants may have something to do with the use of healing plasma, says Michael Worraby, head of ecology and evolutionary biology at the University of Arizona. Convalescent plasma treatments are blood plasma transfusions from people who have recovered from SARS-CoV-2. The idea is that with a blood transfusion comes antibodies that can help someone else with COVID-19 fight the disease. With few exceptional cases, the issue is that the plasma itself generates conditions that are pretty much favorable for accommodating even a more potent variant of the virus. With a lot of uncertainty and confusion about the variant's dynamics, the only possible way out that experts and scientists are sure about right now is vaccination. The quicker the vaccination is done, the less time there will be for the virus to hide, evolve, and develop new versions of itself, which are more complicated and harder to deal with. Well, that was today's video, guys. Thanks a ton for watching it. Let us know how you liked it in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and stay tuned as we bring more intriguing content to your screens. Till then, stay tuned and stay healthy. Peace!